Welcome back to the Farming Sims channel, and we're back on Griffin, Indiana for episode 13. It's a morning of day 3, and overnight we did do a couple of extra contracts. But this morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, sunrise, it's a little cloudy, but it says we're going to have a sunny day, which is excellent news. We have a contract underway that we're about to get started. I've borrowed the owner's equipment, which is very good equipment. And we're on field 17. The sun's just coming up in the distance there. Field 17 is a field that is on my radar for purchasing. Maybe sometime. Still a little dark. So I also did promise in a previous episode that we would change the speed of the game up to 5 times. I did start on real time, and I will just double check the contract quickly that it's a sowing contract for canola. So I need to switch the seed to canola. That's power on, and we'll lower it. There we go, we're in. We'll get it onto the field. So I wanted to get an early start to day 3, which is why it's still a little dark. But it is going to be a big day in game, especially if I can afford to purchase this field, and then we'll basically almost own the entire block that I'm targeting. Just move that over a little. Okay, so I've just put a worker on that. It's probably better to run lengthways now that we've got a headland on this side. This field took me quite a while to do contract on day 1, 2. But I can imagine that this beast will get it done quite quickly. So I'm actually just going to wait until we get up the end here. I thought he'd have a problem getting right up close there. So what we're going to do is we'll just swing it in the wrong direction. Because we did miss a lot there, didn't we? Alright. So I'll come back on this and fix up where we started off. That's better. That's much better. Okay, so we'll let him get busy. This is what I was looking for. 8960. She's a little filthy. She did a couple of contracts overnight, and I parked it down here to show a couple of changes to the map that I've made. This is Town Hall, I'm guessing, this building, and we have a new sell point, an edge grain sell point in the middle of town, and then across the road past the fire station. I think we need to go around the back here. We'll head over to the baseball field. A bit tight in here with this big tractor. That's the school there. And we've got a new sell point here. This is the selling station, which I haven't updated. The update came out with a barn building that was attached to it. When I saw that, I thought that it would create serious issues for maps that I had previously used the sell point on, that if a barn would magically appear in that space right next to it, it would create problems for maps that I already had it placed in. So I haven't updated that mod at all. I've left it in its original format, and it probably will stay that way. I don't think I will update it unless I go and remove it from any maps that I have it currently in. This is probably a little overkill bringing this down here to help out. That air cart and the case should be able to make fairly quick work of this. And it was canola. So I thought I might just run around the BGA here where the air cart might have a little bit of trouble just due to its size. And while we're doing that, I'll put cruise control on. I will give you a little bit of an update on what's happened overnight. There you go, that lit up a bit better. So you'll notice that I did do fair bit yesterday. So if we review just quickly our finances, day one harvest income was 458,000, and yesterday on day two was 550. I made more money on my own fields, and I'd purchased an extra field, so probably less harvesting contracts on day two, but more money from my own field. That's my own field there, field 16, which is why I want to own 17. And over in the background behind the case is 13. I also own that as well. So starting day three off with a nice chunk of money in the bank. From contracts, we made 230,000 on day one and 505. we already have a 38,000 in contracts, which I showed some detail on earlier this morning. Before the sun rose, I had already done, I think that was a fairly large contract, probably down on field 9. So I'm expecting my fields to be ready later on today. But with ×5, I'm not sure how quick this day will go, but we'll obviously be earning a lot less on a daily basis at ×5. But we're pretty much set up now. If I can get enough for field 17 today, which I'm on target for, 500,000 after this contract, I think. And then I already know that this field here produces $250,000, and I'm expecting field 13 to make a little less than that, but it should be fairly close. And this field is even bigger than both of them. So if we have a quick look at prices, so 16 is much bigger. Field 16 is 9 hectares, and field 13 is 5 hectares. Field 17 is a 50-50 loam, sandy loam, so the yield potential is a little lower, but it's 12 hectares and $712,000. So if I can reach that before my own harvest, I would be extremely happy. Yeah, that would be amazing if I could get to 700,000 today. So we're looking at another 200,000 profit today is needed on the farm. And if we look at our growth window, we will see that there is a lot of growth going on right now. Let's look at contracts available. 21,000 for this sowing contract. I did borrow the equipment. Field 9 is ready for a second fertilizing stage, $50,000. That's definitely on my radar for this morning. We'll definitely hit that one today. You'll see a nice fertilizing contract on 18, 11, which is across the road. We've been looking after that field. 29, which is next to 30, where the starting farm is. That's a very good one. So what was next? Fertilizing on field 9. So we'll jump in the 40. We also have the vent here ready to go. They've been loaded up this morning already. All right, let's get this down there. And they've met in the middle, both blocking each other. So I can now, there you go. Well, reimbursement. Oh, I filled that thing up, and that holds a heap of seed. So that was quite lucrative, $33,000. We'll collect on that. And field 9 I'll accept. But before I do, I have discussed in the past potato contracts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to accept this contract, and I'm going to cancel it. And then I'm going to collect the $0 on it, and it's failed. And we're going to see if he ends up actually putting potatoes in that field. I really want 9 to be double fertilized, because if I harvest that at some point in the future, I want the maximum yield off it. So we are applying at 74 kilos, which is the lowest for the fertilizer, and we'll get this down there to help out. We can get down here quite quickly to this bottom section of the map, and I'll get him to start working this top section. Put a worker on that straight away. So field 17 is huge. I definitely want to own it. And at this point, if I could get it early enough before growth stage to set in, I could get this limed and fertilized for precision farming. Before it's ready for harvest. So turning the time up today will definitely work against me, but I think most people play at 5 times, so I've decided to turn it up. And what we'll do is we'll come back to this sell point and showcase this again in the daylight. And just over the back behind the church there is the other sell point. And if I just show you the map and zoom in here, what you'll see is the edge grain vault here, black, and the selling station there. And when we look at the sell price for things now, we've got the edge grain black through the middle there. We can still see the co-op, but we have to flick down to see the selling station underneath it. But it definitely gives us more variation in price. So between the two of them, there's usually been a fairly decent price between one or the other of the in-game sell points. But by having 4 now, it definitely gives us a few more options. So let me just check in on the fertilizers. And we'll check in on this little guy. Yeah, he's running good. Just want to make sure that the workers are not snagged up anywhere on a tree or something. So I just need to keep an eye on that. Yep, 10 is ready to go. All right. Oh, and 19. So 10 was the soy though. 19 is probably bigger. Let's just have a look at that. 19 is a 15 hectare at 105% yield, and at 120% yield is 12 hectare. So it's a little bit smaller on 10, but we'll probably get a better yield and a better price for the soy. And they will be finished fairly quickly. Is 10 a field that I'll need a second harvester on? With the with the time being turned up, I'll have to be a lot more efficient with my time. That's a little better. Okay. That is set, ready to go. Okay, we must be really close to a contract here. Yep, contract on field 9 finished as I started chatting away. Collect $50,000. Beautiful. Okay, so I did see 11 in the list, and we like 11 as well. That could also be an option depending on price. If we have a quick look here, 11 is worth 670. So if we fall a little short on 17, 11 is an option, and it's a very good yield. So my daily wages expenses actually gives me a fairly good indication of, based on how many workers I'm getting to work. So one of the things I like to look at in my finances is down the bottom here. The wages payment on day 1 was 12,000. Wages on day 2 was 19,000. So that gives an indication to me how much how many multiple jobs I have running at once, and that workers bill is very high at $19,000 for a day. But you have to remember that was at real time, and I basically always had a contract running with a worker on it, almost all the time while I was playing. So again, that's my style of always having something running in the background. And I've got nothing really to do on my own farm at the moment. I really just am waiting on a growth state here. Turn him around and get them to run lengthways. What time we got? 10 o'clock. I'm going to keep my eye on that. I think I would be expecting my fields to be ready maybe sometime between 3 and 6 in the afternoon. And due to the light problem that I will have, I obviously won't be able to get it all done, even if it's as early as 3. I won't get it all done by dark. So some of it will be a night harvest, I would imagine, that I might have to do off camera tonight. But that will be next episode. So we'll finish up here with this fertilizing contract, with sowing field 17, fertilizing field 9 and fertilizing 11, we're going to be up about $100,000 this morning. This is a 2410 John Deere plow. Has a hitch on the back that you can attach the cultivator to it as well. Only works on my own fields if I want to plow and cultivate at the same time. Doesn't really help you with contracts. Okay, so we're set up on that. Let's come back to that shortly. Before I set the workers up, I'm not doing any headlands. I might run one edge, switch to the second edge, which seems to be good enough on these square fields. They're not entirely worker friendly, but they're very good though. Even with corners in the distance over there, that fence has already posed a problem to my harvester in previous episodes. But we must be like 90, 95, only 89%. What have they missed? They've missed a corner here. If I buy this field, I'll actually remove some of this corner. It's way too close to that bridge just there. I'd be happy to lose that corner just there across here. He's going to run back up here, isn't he? So let's just go across here and check this corner out and see how much they missed. Because I think this is where they might have missed a little. No. Okay. Well, let's just pause here for a second. Yeah, we're done. Okay. Across the road is the farm, so we'll go back over here and top off the fertilizer, top up the fertilizer. Yeah, so we're just stuck back across the road. Wrong button. Fertilizer fill. Contract on 11 finished. Thank you very much. 5 was sugar beets. Accept. Cancel. Yes. Collect. And 5 was sugar beets. 6 was cotton. Accept. Cancel. Yes. Collect. Okay. Plow. 30. We won't use his equipment. That's rubbish. What we will do is we'll get him started. And close that up. I think I'll just leave these out here because we will definitely be reusing them today. That one's ready to go. And where are the plows? The plows are in there. Sneak into there. Pick one up. Oh, that's a bit tight coming out of there. We've got a bit of a problem. Okay, let's bring this out. Oh. Looking for a fuel refill here. We're on half a tank. That fills up so quick. That's great. I like that. Okay, getting dizzy. I'll give him a hand on this field. He didn't come back on that second line. He must be stuck up the back there somewhere. No, he's just taking his time. It's a decent trip. Plows are slow. I'm used to fertilizing much quicker. Yeah? Not really. Pretty much the same. It's gone 11. Okay. Time is flying.